to add something that I didn't have the time during my presentation in terms of where I see things going, and that's about the decentralized finance. Actually, 2019 was a year that the dApps and decentralized finance grew a lot. Of course, it's a very, very small part of what is going on in the financial part, but there is a huge growth there. And I see that will be something significant. I see the value that SEBA brings in bridging the existing world to this new asset class and the new corporate finance world through tokenization. I see the value that you are bringing. This is a linear approach to what is happening, and this is really a disruptive approach to the way the system is working. And I think in this decade we will have both working parallel, and then we will see. The other thing that I've been thinking about is what will happen in this market where all this is happening simultaneously if we have a run on the banks for whatever reason. So we need to start thinking about the stress testing of everything, of the traditional banks, of the ones that are bridging, and of the disruptors, because it is a real possibility. So
in the banking space, where you have all the challenger banks, the big names that we know, as of right now, they're all losing money, right?
Yes.
No one is profitable. So we don't know which one's going to be successful, because some of them will actually run out of cash at some stage. So what we have is the smaller banks are not profitable because they got increased regulatory compliance, they got a higher staff, and their margins are reducing. So you have, out of, let's say, Switzerland, there's 110 private banks, but a lot of them will disappear, maybe 20 of them in the next 3 years, because they're no longer profitable. They don't have a sustainable business model. So the smaller banks are failing, the challenger banks are not making money. Is it good for the financial system? And you're absolutely right, you need to have stress testing, because we've been through a huge crisis in 2007 to 9, and it comes in cycles. It's always another crash down the road. And the predictions are maybe 2020 to 2021, nobody knows for sure, but it is being called. So,
permit me to add to that something, an observation. In wealth management, all the robo-advisors have brought, commissions of trading to zero with, the past 2 months, what I call the Robin Hood effect, where we have really zero commission trading everywhere, and we have ETFs with really small expense ratios of 10 basis points and so on. So is this the world that we wanted? I mean, it's obviously great for all of us as customers to have something cheaper, but what that has led to is to the fact that there are 3 asset management firms that control more than 40% of the US stock market. So we have BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street controlling basically through their holdings 40%. And this is a side effect of fintech. We create these humongous businesses because the other ones can't survive. There's no sustainable business. It's the same with the internet. We created this connectivity and democratization, and then we have the Googles and the Facebooks and so on. So are we learning something?
good.